Have you ever had a moment when you looked around and thought, why is life so unfair? Maybe you've worked hard, tried your best, and still found yourself struggling. You're not alone. Many people feel that way at some point in their lives. But some manage to rise above it all. One of those people is Oprah Winfrey. Today, you'll learn English by hearing Oprah's story, and while we go through her journey, I'll point out useful, natural English phrases that you hear in conversations and movies all the time. These are not the words you only find in textbooks. These are phrases people really use. Oprah was born in 1954 in the state of Mississippi, in the United States. She came into the world during a time of poverty, racism, and inequality. Her mother was just a teenager when Oprah was born, and her father wasn't part of her early life. Because of that, she was raised by her grandmother in a very small, wooden house in the countryside. That house didn't have electricity or running water. When we say a home has no running water, we mean that you can't just turn on a faucet and get clean water. So she had to carry water from a well every day. That's a tough life for anyone, especially a child. Oprah's family was so poor that she wore clothes made out of potato sacks. This was all they could afford. At school, the other kids laughed at her. They made fun of how she looked and how she dressed. The phrase, "made fun of," is something you hear in real life, especially when kids are being cruel. It means to tease someone, to joke in a way that makes the other person feel bad. Despite this, Oprah was a smart, curious child. She learned to read very early. She used to stand in front of the church and recite Bible verses from memory. People started to notice her voice and confidence. Still, her home life was difficult. As she got older, she moved back with her mother in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This change was not easy. Her new neighborhood was dangerous, and her mother worked long hours, leaving Oprah alone much of the time. She was often unsupervised and began facing serious problems. She was abused by people close to her, family members and others. This is something she later talked about publicly, using her voice to help others. At age 14, Oprah ran away from home. Run away is a common phrase that means someone leaves home, usually because of emotional pain, fear, or conflict. Oprah was desperate to escape the trauma she was living through. Around this time, she also gave birth to a baby boy who sadly died shortly after he was born. Eventually, Oprah was sent to live with her father, Vernon Winfrey, in Nashville, Tennessee. He was strict, very strict. But he cared deeply about education. He wanted Oprah to read, study, and succeed. In English, we often describe someone like that as strict but loving. It means they set rules, but they want what's best for you. With her father's help, Oprah began to turn things around. That's another useful phrase, turn things around. It means to make a change for the better after things have been going badly. You might hear someone say, "I failed last year, but I'm trying to turn things around this year." Oprah started doing very well in school. She joined speech competitions and quickly stood out for her voice, confidence, and presence. One day, she was offered a job at a local radio station, reading the news. She was still in high school. Getting that job gave her a taste of what the future could hold. The expression, "a taste of," means a small experience that shows you what something might be like. For example, I tried one acting class and it gave me a taste of performing. After that, she went to college and continued working in media. She got a job on television as a news anchor. But something didn't feel right. Oprah wasn't comfortable just reading the news. She wanted to be real. She wanted to tell human stories, to ask questions, to connect. She was more interested in people than in politics. In English, when we say something doesn't feel right, we mean that it doesn't match who we are inside. It's a very common expression that you'll hear in both conversations and movies. Soon, Oprah was offered the chance to host a morning talk show in Chicago. It wasn't a huge show at first, but she poured her heart into it. Poured her heart into it is a very natural English phrase. It means she gave everything, energy, passion, effort, to make the show special. And people noticed. The ratings went up. The show became popular, and then it exploded. Within just a few years, the show was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show, and it became one of the most watched programs in American television history. Millions of people tuned in every day. The phrase, tune in, means to watch or listen to a program. You hear it often in ads, like, tune in tonight at 9. Oprah used her show to talk about real-life problems, family, relationships, mental health, addiction. She invited everyone, celebrities, politicians, regular people with powerful stories. And she listened. That was her secret. She didn't just talk, she listened. She made people feel seen. When someone says, I feel seen, it means they feel understood, recognized. It's not just about words, it's emotional. In conversations and social media today, people say this when someone else describes exactly what they're going through. Over time, Oprah became more than a talk show host. She became a brand. A leader. A symbol of hope. She started her own TV network, her own magazine, her own company. She produced films, promoted books, and built schools in Africa. She donated hundreds of millions of dollars to help others. But through it all, she stayed grounded. Stay grounded means to stay humble, to not let fame or success change who you are. Despite her money, power, and influence, Oprah always remembered where she came from. Her life is often described as a true rags to riches story. That phrase means someone who starts out with nothing and becomes rich or successful through hard work and persistence. In many Hollywood movies, this is the story arc of the main character. And in Oprah's case, it's real. Let's go over the natural English phrases we learned through this story. Running water, water from a sink or shower in a home. Made fun of, teased or mocked someone. Run away, leave home to escape something painful. Strict but loving, someone who sets rules but cares deeply. Turn things around, to make life better after it was going badly. A taste of something, a small experience that shows you more. Doesn't feel right, something that feels wrong or uncomfortable. Pour your heart into something, to give your full energy and emotion. Tune in, to watch or listen to a show. Feel seen, to feel understood and acknowledged. Stay grounded, to stay humble and not lose yourself. Rags to riches, going from poverty to success. These phrases are used all the time by native English speakers. You'll find them in conversations, interviews, books, and everywhere in media. Learning them through real stories helps you understand not just the meaning, but the emotion behind the words. So, here's a question for you. Have you ever had to turn things around in your life? A moment where things were going badly, but you found the strength to keep going? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you enjoyed this video and want more English lessons through true stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. More inspiring people, more real English, and more powerful vocabulary are coming your way. Thanks for watching.